Hi, my name is Tyria Stokes, and I would like to make a proposal today in offering my services in a position that I have desired to create within a charter middle school, preferably in an urban community. The position is a stakeholders engagement coordinator. One of the goals of the position would be to create strategic plans to bring a working relationship between families, communities, and schools. Many times within our schools, there is so much going on within the school and focusing on the children. We forget to bridge the gap between the community and our families that can actually give that support that the school and our students need for our students, as well as teachers and staff, to be successful. This position will give stakeholders, all stakeholders, those that live in our community, our parents, family members, students, staff, teachers, administration. It would allow us all to come together and engage in different events, activities to actually support our youth. So, my philosophy of education is pretty straightforward. I truly believe that education is a necessity for life. I like to say it's the vitamin to success. Being able to encourage parents to understand the importance of being involved in our children's education and their children's education, letting them know how beneficial it is to support their children within the classroom, even from home. Having a consistency is also a great element for practice for students. So being consistent in however you handle the children within the classroom when it comes to behavior, when it comes to expectations, academic success that you expect from them, being consistent in that. There is a quote that I love, and it is from Brackey and Courts. And it just says, just about all parents care about their children. They want them to achieve and believe that parental involvement is critical to a successful educational experience. As you can see, I have some other quotes that are there. If a child can't learn the way we teach, maybe we have to change the way we teach them. So many times we may feel as though, oh, I've taught the lesson the way I needed to teach it. But it doesn't matter if you taught it if the child did not learn it. So my philosophy is to fit to the child's need, not stick with your tradition and your habits in teaching. Sorry if I can just go back. So classroom management, something that is very important in our education within the building. It is very important that you are able to manage the class. It is very important for our children to have fun, to enjoy the learning experience. But there are boundaries that have to be set so that the class can be conducive for learning. One thing that I would definitely do is set expectations for students and making sure that in me setting those expectations, it's not just for them, but it's for me. Modeling that behavior, letting them know, okay, this is what Miss Stokes is going to do. This is what I expect you to do, and modeling that for them. I think a very great thing to do is before they enter the classroom, usually we would greet them. So making sure that the expectation is set for them before they actually enter the classroom. This way, when we get into class, there's not a lot of time being spent on, I need you to do this. I expect you to do this. Please don't do that. But the expectation is already given. To keep order in the classroom, definitely having hand signals, raising your hand, having that time where there's no hands that are raised for questions and answers. There are times where you have to raise your hand, but having all of those things in line for the students so that they'll be able to enjoy the learning experience, but however, keep it in decency and in order. There is something that was said in our 21st century book that I read. It's Teaching in the 21st Century. I read the book for a class, and it says students need to be able to apply knowledge in complex situations, think critically, problem solve multifaceted issues, be digitally literate, and collaborate with others. Students need to be able to create, evaluate, and analyze ideas. They must learn to communicate their thoughts, through a range of media. They must also be able to sift through an abundance of information and make sense of complex questions. All of these skills together define the 21st century skills. So making sure that all of those skills are actually put within the lessons and the activities that will take place within the classroom so that we can build them with those 21st century skills. So there are two different models, school models, that I am experienced in. I've worked in charter schools and public schools. I think for this position, it would be a lot accessible, or more accessible, I should say, for a proposal. When it comes to the Board of Education, they are kind of already set in the positions that they have. With charter schools, they're more creative in building those different positions. So I would definitely like to present this position, as I stated, for a charter school. Some of the similarities that I know are with public schools and charter schools is the ratios for teachers to students. You have 20 to 25 students to one teacher. Unfortunately, a lot of our students are more so below grade level than on or above grade level. So that is something that I know is actually similar in both school models. So I would like to actually see what can be done by the stakeholders to make that drastic change. We have more time and more funding that is available to charter schools where we can actually push that, where you can see the difference within the school models. Some professional organizations I know are very important to be a part of. So allowing actual stakeholders of the schools to know the different organizations and professional organizations that teachers can be a part of. If there are some parents who are teachers or educators and they don't know about those organizations, making that information available to them. As you can see, there are some professional organizations that are known and available. We have American Education Resource Association, Council for Exceptional Children, International Reading Association, International Society for Technology in Education. There's also an organization entitled Learning Forward. We have National Association for the Education of Young Children, as well as National Council of Teachers of Mathematics. So letting teachers know the importance of being involved in these things. It's very hard to be an effective teacher if you're not willing to be a dedicated or committed student. You have to always be in that learning position, willing to learn, and surrounding yourself around those who are able to teach you and you're able to teach them, a give and take. So that's something that I would like to actually present to our staff members. Like I said, if there are any parents who are in that position, them as well. And just have some quotes there that you can take a look at, just with the importance of teamwork. So that's it. I really hope that those are just some of the references that I've used throughout the presentation, and I really hope that I am able to be a great asset to your school. I truly believe that it's something that can be a great tool for the school in helping the school to, I know we all want to boost our test scores and different things. However, we have to have a great foundation in the support that we have to push students to that. It comes way beyond just what takes place in the classroom, but what happens outside of the classroom with all of those who can support the children, who can support the staff, and just support each other in allowing our students to have that academic success. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.